Chosen one. Hear this with your spirit fully awake. This is not a coincidence. If your eyes are on this message right now, it is because heaven has arranged an appointment with you. You didn't wander into this world, you were positioned. You were escorted here by a God who refuses to let you stay trapped in what has been hidden, and the Lord is speaking plainly. You have been played, you have been misled, you have been pushed in circles while something darker tried to laugh behind the curtain. But I will not allow it to continue. For a long stretch of time, months, possibly years, you felt it in your chest before you could explain it with your mind. The delays that didn't match your effort, the confusion that clouded your discernment, the repeated cycles that felt like you were taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You blamed exhaustion. You blamed people. Some days, you blamed yourself. But what you did not know is that there has been a hidden hand working behind the scenes, attempting to block, distract, and deceive you. Not because you are weak, because you are marked, not because you are failing, because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a chess master staring at the board. His opponent keeps making moves that don't make sense, sacrificing pieces, creating confusion. Why? Because the opponent knows that if the master sees the real strategy, the game is over. That is what has been happening in your life. The enemy has been creating smoke, not because he is winning, but because he knows that once you see clearly, his time is up. The Lord is exposing a plot, and when God exposes, it is never to shame you, it is to free you. So let this be the alarm bell. Let this be the moment your spirit sits upright, because God is pulling back the curtain. He is revealing what was concealed. He is shining light into what was operating in the shadows. He is saying, "Wake up, my chosen one." If this resonates with your spirit, you are exactly where you need to be. Welcome to the Chosen in Life family. We are walking this journey together. The enemy wanted you blinded, but God is opening your eyes. The enemy wanted you numb, but God is restoring your sensitivity. The enemy wanted you to accept confusion as normal, but God is releasing clarity like a river into your mind. And the Lord declares, what was stolen will not remain stolen. What was delayed will not remain delayed. What was held back is about to be released. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world, and the power God is placing in your hands is not natural power. It is divine power mighty to tear down strongholds and demolish lies. This is more than a video. This is not just content. This is divine interruption. This is God stepping into your timeline, grabbing you by the heart and saying, "Enough. You are not going to keep wandering in fog when I created you to walk in light. From this moment forward, you will begin to see differently. You will begin to recognize what is real and what is counterfeit. You will begin to sense what is holy and what is hollow. You will begin to discern who is for you and who is only near you. You will begin to notice where God has been trying to lead you all along, through closed doors, through strange detours, through uncomfortable separations, through that pressure that made you think you were being punished when you were actually being prepared. Think about Joseph, sold by his own brothers, thrown into a pit, falsely accused, imprisoned for years. Everyone thought he was forgotten, but heaven was positioning him. Every betrayal, a classroom. Every setback, a setup. And when the time came, he went from prison to palace in one day. Your story echoes this pattern. What looks like delay is actually divine positioning. But listen carefully, because this part matters. Your response matters. Heaven releases words, but you must respond with alignment. Before we go deeper, I want you to do something. Pause this video for just a moment. Hit the like button as a declaration that you are stepping into your breakthrough. Subscribe to Chosen in Life as a sign that you are staying connected to the sound that strengthens your spirit. We are building a community of 30,000 chosen ones who refuse to walk in confusion. And comment the number 99 below, because 99 represents completion and divine urgency. The cry of the Lord, finish what you started. Let it be your prophetic announcement. I am stepping out of deception and into destiny. If you are truly chosen, your spirit will not let you scroll away. Something in you already knows. This word is for you. This is God's warning, His plea, and His promise wrapped into one moment. And by the end of this message, I will reveal the 3 unmistakable signs that your breakthrough is closer than you think. The old version of you will feel too small to return to. Now let's go deeper into what God is revealing. You are not just any person, you are chosen. You are called. You are carrying something on your life that cannot be explained by personality or ambition alone. The hand of God rests on you, and because of that, you became a target. You may not see it with your eyes, but there are forces, seen and unseen, that have worked relentlessly to hinder your progress. That constant pressure you have been under is not imaginary. That sense of resistance when you try to obey God is not in your head. This is spiritual warfare around a spiritual calling. Let me be specific. You know those 3 a.m. panic attacks, that sudden wave of fear with no logical source, that unexplained anxiety that grips you right before you are about to step into something significant. That is not random. That is targeted interference. And God is whispering into your heart right now, urging you to understand the weight of your assignment. There is a mantle on your life that has awakened attention in the spirit realm. When your calling grew louder, the opposition grew bolder. When your potential began to rise, the attacks began to increase. The greater the assignment, the more strategic the interference. So don't be shocked by the struggles you face. Don't interpret battles as evidence of rejection. Many times, battles are proof you are close. The enemy fights hardest when you are nearest to what will change your life. Scripture says in Ephesians 6:12, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age." This is real. This is active. This is happening in your life right now. But hear the Lord. Stay vigilant. The pressure you feel right now is not the end of you. It is the sound of something coming into position. Your destiny is more significant than you realize. What looks like ordinary difficulty is often spiritual resistance trying to wear you down. But do not be discouraged because you are equipped. Here is what you need to do today. Identify one area where you feel the most resistance. Is it your prayer life, your relationships, your finances, your health? Write it down. Speak over it. Declare, "This area is under the authority of Jesus Christ, and no weapon formed against it will prosper." God has not left you empty-handed. He has placed spiritual weapons in your life. Prayer that shakes unseen walls. Worship that shifts atmospheres. Truth that silences lies. Obedience that breaks chains. Scripture says in 2 Timothy 1-7, "God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind," and that soundness is returning to you now. The fog is lifting. The mental heaviness is breaking. The confusion is being confronted. You are regaining your footing. Have you ever felt like you live in a world where something is off? Like you are walking through the same streets as everyone else, yet you feel different. Like you don't fully belong. That is because you are different. Your calling separates you. Your sensitivity exposes what others ignore. What weighs lightly on other people can feel suffocating to you. Not because you are weak, but because your spirit is more alert. The enemy knows what is inside you. And that is why the distractions were tailored. The temptations were customized. The traps were timed. Not because you are special in a flattering way, but because you are dangerous in a spiritual way. Your obedience threatens the enemy's plan, so he tries to delay the arrival of your breakthrough. You may have found yourself spiritually drained. like the weight of the world sits on your shoulders while others move through their day unbothered. But this fatigue is not a sign that you are failing. It can be a sign that you are pushing through resistance. It is a sign you are pressing against something that has been pressing against you, and God is reminding you, He knows exactly how much you can bear. He measures your trials. He watches your tears. He counts your endurance, and He does not waste pressure. He uses it to produce purity, endurance, and authority. James 1:24 says, "Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything, not because trials are pleasant, but because God uses them to complete you, to strengthen you, to mature you, to build something unshakable." Think about David in the cave of Adullam, hiding from King Saul, surrounded by 400 broken, bitter, distressed men. Everyone thought his kingship was over, but God was building His army in secret. He was teaching David how to lead in the wilderness so he could rule with wisdom in the palace. Your cave season is not your final chapter. It is your training ground. So when the burden feels heavy, remind yourself, I am not like everyone else because I am not called to an ordinary outcome. I am destined for something extraordinary. And in every season of growth, there comes a moment when it feels like the world is pressing in on all sides. When the soil is tight, when the air feels thin, when you wonder if you can breathe. But what if I told you that pressure is often the clearest sign your breakthrough is close? The enemy turns up the heat when he senses you are about to step into an elevation that cannot be reversed. Picture a seed underground. It is surrounded by darkness. It is squeezed by soil. It feels trapped. But that pressure is not proof it is dying. It is proof it is about to break through. Your situation is the same. Every ounce of discomfort is part of the process of preparation. The closer you get to the surface, the harder the resistance pushes back. But hold on, this is sign number one, when pressure intensifies suddenly. Breakthrough is near. God has already prepared a path. God has already lined up help you haven't met yet. God has already arranged doors you haven't seen yet. Habakkuk 2-3 declares, though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. That means what God promised is not late. It is on time in heaven. Now hear this. Not everyone who smiles at you is safe. Not every voice that praises you is pure. Some people disguised as well-wishers carry hidden jealousy and secret competition. In the spiritual realm, appearances can be costumes. They may applaud you outwardly while resenting you inwardly. They may celebrate your victories publicly while privately hoping you fall. And that is why you need discernment in this hour. Not paranoia, discernment. You must ask God for the ability to see motives, not just manners, because there are blessings that look like curses. There are delays that function as protection. There are rejections that saved your life. There are opportunities that are distractions. There are connections that look like provision but function like delay. Some will attempt to derail you by feeding you words that distort your sense of purpose. Here is a practical step. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Ask yourself honestly, do they celebrate my growth or subtly compete with it? Do they encourage my calling or drain my energy? If the answer troubles you, it is time to create healthy boundaries. Proverbs 4:23 warns, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Your peace depends on it. Your ability to hear God depends on it. And yes, God may be pulling you into isolation, not to punish you, but to protect you and prepare you. Isolation is not rejection. It is preparation. If you feel alone right now, understand this. God is removing distractions so you can hear Him clearly. He is separating you from voices that dilute His voice. You may feel lonely, but you are not abandoned. God is near. Psalm 121:8 promises, "The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore." In the wilderness, Moses met God at the burning bush. In the wilderness, Elijah was fed by ravens. In the wilderness, Jesus defeated the devil. Your isolation has purpose. This is sign number 2. When God isolates you suddenly, He is preparing you for unusual favor. Can I be honest with you for a second? Most people quit right before the miracle. They endure months, even years of hardship. They pray, they fast, they stand in faith, and then, right at the edge of breakthrough, they give up. Don't be that person. You have come too far to turn back now. There is a remnant rising, a generation that refuses to bow to Baal, a people who will not compromise their calling for comfort, a chosen tribe that walks in purity, power, and purpose, and you are part of that remnant. That is why this message found you. That is why something in your spirit leaped when you started watching. You were created for such a time as this. The world is groaning for the sons and daughters of God to be revealed, and your season of hiding is over. Romans 8:19 says, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." You are that revelation. You are that answer. Now, some of you watching this have been carrying a secret burden, a shame you haven't spoken out loud, a failure you replay in your mind, a mistake that makes you question if God can still use you. Hear me clearly. Your past does not disqualify you. Your failure does not define you. God specializes in resurrections. He takes what was dead and breathes life into it. Look at Peter. He denied Jesus 3 times, cursed, swore he didn't know Him, and yet Jesus restored him. He became the rock on which the church was built. His denial didn't destroy his destiny. It deepened his dependence on grace. Your mistakes are not the end of your story. They are part of your testimony. This is sign number 3. When God brings up your past, He is not condemning you. He is healing you to release you. So right now, I want you to do something. Place your hand on your heart and declare with me, "I release every burden I was never meant to carry. I forgive myself for every mistake. I receive God's grace. I step into my future free from my past." Say it again. I am forgiven. I am restored. I am chosen. If you haven't subscribed to Chosen in Life yet, do it right now. We are building a movement of 30,000 chosen ones who refuse to live beneath their calling. Hit that subscribe button. You need this community, and this community needs you. There is a shift happening. Can you feel it? In the atmosphere, in your spirit, in the unseen realm. Things that were stuck are starting to move. Doors that were locked are beginning to crack open. Relationships that were strained are starting to heal. Finances that were tight are beginning to flow. This is not wishful thinking. This is prophetic declaration. Your season of struggle is shifting. Like winter yields to spring, you are moving from dormancy into flourishing. The signs may be subtle at first: discomfort, restlessness, the feeling that your old patterns no longer fit. That discomfort is often God stretching you for new capacity. New chapters come with new responsibilities, new relationships, new opportunities, but also require a new mindset. You cannot carry old habits into a new season and expect new fruit. God is already ahead of you, preparing the way. Seasons change for a reason. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Your story is not over. It is unfolding, and nothing you suffered was wasted. Nothing you endured was empty. Every tear you cried in prayer, every sacrifice you made in faith, Every hardship you survive, God has stored it. God has counted it. God has honored it. Psalm 126:5 promises, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy." That means your tears are seeds, and seeds always produce when their season comes. God is also the master of sudden reversal. He does not need years to do what he can do in a moment. One day can shift a decade, one phone call, one open door, one divine connection, one change in circumstance. You may feel like your breakthrough is far, but God can change everything overnight. Remember Hagar in the wilderness, alone, abandoned. Out of water, facing death, she named that place, "You are the God who sees me." Because even when humans overlooked her, God was watching. And then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well that had been there all along. Genesis 21:19 says, "Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water." The well was always there. She just couldn't see it until God opened her eyes. That is your situation right now. The answer you are looking for is closer than you think. The breakthrough you are praying for is already in motion. The provision you need is already positioned. Your provision is already in place, you just need eyes to see it. And here is what many chosen ones don't realize. The enemy doesn't fight you over small things. He fights you over your assignment. He fights you over your calling. He fights you over the territory you are about to take. If you are under heavy attack right now, it is because you are carrying something that threatens his kingdom. You are not being opposed because you are weak. You are being opposed because you are a threat. Let me give you a modern example. Imagine a CEO about to sign a deal that will transform their company. The night before the signing, they cannot sleep. Anxiety floods in. Doubts bombard their mind. Random obstacles appear. Why? Because something significant is about to happen. That is spiritual resistance trying to stop what is already in motion. But just like that CEO needs to push through and sign the deal, you need to push through and step into what God has prepared. Don't let last-minute resistance stop a lifetime breakthrough. The delay you have experienced is not denial. It may have been protection. It may have been preparation. But when God moves, things move quickly. Be ready for the turn. Be ready for the change. Be ready for the moment you look back and realize that was the night everything shifted. There are doors in your life you haven't even knocked on yet, and in God's timing, they will swing open. Opportunities divinely orchestrated, hidden until the right moment. These are not doors you can force open. These are not connections you can manufacture. These are divine appointments that only God can arrange. The right person at the right time saying the right words that change everything. I have seen it happen. Someone prays for years about a situation. Nothing moves. They stay faithful. They keep believing. And then one conversation, one email, one phone call shifts everything. A door they didn't even know existed suddenly opens, and they walk into their destiny. That is about to be your story. You have been positioning. You have been preparing. You have been faithful in the secret place. And now God is about to connect you with people, opportunities, and resources that will accelerate you into your next chapter. God often works in ways that surprise you because He refuses to be limited by your expectations. He is about to position you for influence, provision, and growth in places you did not foresee. What you overlooked is about to become your reality. What you assumed was impossible is about to become accessible. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." And here is the key. When God opens a door, walk through it quickly. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Don't wait for every detail to make sense. Obedience in the moment of opportunity is what separates those who break through from those who miss their moment. Trust His timing. The doors that shape your future are already prepared. Now you must be ready to walk through them. But as God opens doors, He also calls you to cleanse your environment. Your surroundings shape your clarity more than you realize. Just as clutter creates chaos in a home, spiritual clutter clouds discernment in a life. God is calling you to remove what is clouding your vision. Negative relationships, unhealthy habits, old thought patterns, hidden compromises. Here is your action step. Today, identify one thing in your environment that needs to go. Maybe it is a television show that fills your mind with darkness. Maybe it is a friendship that drains your spirit. Maybe it is a habit that keeps you stuck. Remove it. Create space for God's voice. Let me be more specific. Check your phone. What are you consuming daily? What voices are you allowing into your mind through social media, podcasts, videos? If it doesn't build your faith, if it doesn't align with your calling, if it doesn't push you toward your destiny, it is taking up space that belongs to something better. Check your calendar. Who are you spending time with? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they speaking life or spreading negativity? Love them, bless them, but create boundaries. Your time is your most valuable asset. Protect it. Check your thoughts. What narratives are you replaying? What lies are you believing? The enemy plants thoughts and tries to convince you they are your own. But you have authority over your mind. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, "We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." Clear out distractions. Make space for clarity. When the atmosphere is clean, the voice of God becomes clearer. When the clutter is removed, direction becomes obvious. God is calling you into precision. He is calling you into focus. He is calling you into a clean slate. And if you are in a wilderness season, alone, isolated, tested, remember this: the wilderness is not punishment, it is preparation. God uses solitude to refine. He uses isolation to strengthen. He uses quiet to build authority. The wilderness teaches dependence. The wilderness reveals what is in you, and when the season ends, you will not emerge weaker. In the wilderness, you learn to hear God's voice without distraction. In the wilderness, your faith becomes unshakable. In the wilderness, God strips away everything that isn't essential so you can see what truly matters. Jesus emerged from 40 days in the wilderness full of the power of the Spirit. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before God used him to deliver a nation. Paul spent years in Arabia being taught by revelation before he turned the world upside down with the gospel. Your wilderness is your university. Your isolation is your initiation. And when you emerge, you will not just have a testimony, you will have authority. Here is what to do in your wilderness season. First, protect your peace. Don't let every voice have access to you. Second, stay in the Word. Let Scripture become your daily bread. Third, worship in the waiting. Don't wait for feelings. Worship is warfare. Fourth, journal what God is teaching you. You will need these lessons later. You will emerge sharpened, strengthened, and ready for elevation. Your breakthrough is bigger than you. It is generational. What God is about to do in your life will ripple through your family line. Your obedience will unlock freedom for those coming after you. Your victory will break patterns that have held others captive. This is covenant work. This is legacy work. This is God using one life to shift many lives. Think about it. Abraham's obedience blessed nations. Moses' obedience freed a generation. Esther's obedience saved a people. Your obedience will do the same. You may not see the full picture now, but heaven is recording every act of faith, every moment of surrender, every time you chose God over comfort. And one day, generations you never met will thank God for the choice you made today. They will walk in freedom because you broke the chains. They will walk in blessing because you paid the price. They will walk in favor because you stayed faithful. Your children's children will benefit from the ground you are taking right now. Don't quit. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for a lineage. Exodus 20:6 says God shows love to 1,000 generations of those who love Him and keep His commandments. 1,000 generations, that means your obedience today has ripple effects you cannot even comprehend. Your faithfulness today writes history for centuries to come. Your obedience today affects generations you will never meet. And now, hear the promise of restoration. The years you thought were lost are not lost. The opportunities that slipped away are not gone forever. God restores, He returns, He rebuilds, He redeems, and restoration is not merely getting back what you had. It is receiving what you could not have produced on your own. God restores with increase. God restores with favor. God restores with wisdom and strength you didn't have before. Joel 2:25 declares, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. You are about to recover time. You are about to recover joy. You are about to recover focus. You are about to recover what the enemy attempted to steal. There were seasons of silence you endured, times you felt unheard, overlooked, hidden. But silence does not mean absence. God was never absent. He was present in every tear. He was there in every lonely night. He was watching when you felt invisible. He was listening when you thought no one cared. And He kept a record. Every injustice, every broken promise, every time you were betrayed, every moment you chose integrity when no one was watching. God saw it all, and He is about to vindicate you in ways that will leave no doubt it was His hand. The people who left you will see God restore you. The ones who doubted you will see God promote you. The voices that mocked your faith will see God honor your faithfulness, and they will know that the Lord is God. It often means God is cultivating depth. The fire you passed through refined you. It purified your motives. It strengthened your spirit, and now your voice is rising with authority. Your words will carry weight, not because you learned to speak louder, but because you learned to endure. When you speak now, demons tremble. When you pray now, heaven moves. When you declare now, atmospheres shift, because you are not speaking from theory, you are speaking from the furnace. And words forged in fire carry authority that casual words never will. Your message will cut through noise. Your testimony will break chains. Your courage will awaken others. Do not fear speaking again. God is equipping you for this moment. And yes, public vindication is real. God has a way of turning tables. So the very ones who doubted, criticized, or tried to harm you will witness His favor lifting you. Not for your ego, for His glory. There is power when God honors you openly, because it becomes a testimony that no human hand can block what heaven has decreed. The same people who thought you were finished will watch you rise. The same voices that tried to bury you will hear your name again, and the Lord will do it in such a way that no one can deny it was Him. Think about Daniel in the lion's den. His enemies conspired against him. They crafted laws to trap him. They threw him to the lions. But God shut the mouths of the lions. And the next morning, Daniel walked out untouched while his accusers were devoured. Divine vindication is real. 1 Samuel 2:8 says, He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. He seats them with princes and has them inherit a throne of honor. Your vindication is coming, and it will be undeniable. So hear this final charge. Chosen one, stay awake, stay sharp, stay pure, stay clear, stay obedient. The warfare was real, but so is the victory. The delay was heavy, but so is the promise. The confusion tried to cloud you, but clarity is returning. Your breakthrough is not a myth. It is approaching, and you are not walking into it unprepared. You are walking into it refined, strengthened, and aligned. Now take your stand. Lift your head. Fix your focus. Your season is shifting. Your doors are opening. Your restoration is moving. Your vindication is coming. And the God who began the work in you will be faithful to bring it to completion. Philippians 1-6 promises, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Let me leave you with this. Declare over yourself right now, I am chosen. I am called. I am equipped. I am breaking through. I am stepping into my destiny. No weapon formed against me will prosper. Every plan of the enemy is exposed and defeated. I walk in divine favor. I walk in divine protection. I walk in divine authority. Say it again with conviction. I am chosen. I am unstoppable. My breakthrough is here. If this message has touched your spirit, if something has shifted inside you, consider leaving a super thanks. It is not required, but it helps us at Chosen in Life reach more chosen ones like you. Your support amplifies this message to thousands who need to hear it. And remember, we are stronger together. Subscribe to Chosen in Life. Join our community. We are marching toward 30,000 strong. You are not alone in this fight. Comment 99 below if you are ready to step into everything God has for you. Let that number be your declaration. Completion is here. Divine urgency is here. Breakthrough is here. The next video is already prepared for you. I will be revealing the exact prayers to pray when the enemy attacks your mind at night. You will not want to miss it. Until then, walk in your authority. Walk in your calling. Walk in your breakthrough. You are chosen. You are powerful. You are victorious. Amen.